What's going on, guys? Well, I just got in the all-new 18-volt triple hammer bolt from Metabo HPT. Now, this is kind of their new generation of their, impact driver. They make an 18-volt version and they make a 36-volt version, which I'll kind of get into the differences of those here in just a little bit. But the cool thing about this one right now is that it comes with two batteries, two 2-amp-hour batteries, and a charger. It's on Amazon right now for about $129. It wasn't in stock when I ordered it. I had to wait about 2.5 weeks or so for it to come in, but I finally got it in, got to do some testing on it, and it is pretty cool. So I got this thing unboxed, and I'll show you what's inside the box. Alright, so of course we got the impact driver and a couple of batteries in here. Nothing out of the ordinary. If you've seen the new Metabo HPT batteries, they now do have a fuel gauge, which is pretty cool. And of course this is the new impact driver. Basically it is identical to the 36-volt version in every single way other than power, and that's about it. It basically has the same exact grip, same exterior shell, all the same LED lighting. There is not really any difference to it. One thing that I thought was really cool though was they got these new cases, and most people just throw these cases away. However though, if you've ever seen anything in like Japan and other parts of the world, I like to watch Paulo from Tokyo quite a bit, and he follows some people around that use a lot of tools. They have this one episode where he follows this carpenter around, and she does some amazing stuff with some of the work she does, and they all use basically these boxes to carry their stuff around. They don't use pack outs or anything like that. They just use the boxes the tools came in. Pretty cool. Definitely worth checking out Paulo from Japan. I like watching his stuff. Pretty great documentaries that he does. Alright, so this case here, you notice there's 3 clasps on the outside here. Well, if you just do the first 2 on the side, of course that takes you to the inside here where you can store the impact driver. You can put a charger here or an extra battery here. Nothing too crazy there. However though, if you do the 3rd class here, it gives you an extra compartment right up here so you can store some screws, some bits, maybe some blades. Very, very cool, kind of handy there. And I will say, this is definitely an improvement on the older stuff. It's definitely a much more solid case. This is actually a case that I would actually use myself. It's not going to probably fall apart on you. I will say the clasps are kind of cheap. They're definitely just all plastic, but they would definitely probably hold up for the life of the tool. I'd say give it maybe 2-3 years, depending on your use of this, but it would hold up for at least a decent amount of time. All right, so here we go. Here is all of Metabo HPT's current impact drivers right now. Now, this is their basic kind of entry level that they have right now. They just released a new generation of it. This is going to be the WH18DEX. Some people told me that this is not their new subcompact model, even though it kind of is. It's very similar to the subcompact size, but of course it's not exactly a subcompact model. It's just got, kind of the more basic features here. There's no speed control in the front, just a single LED light there. That's about it. It's basic, but it's very affordable. It comes with a drill, 2 batteries, and a charger for about $150 on Amazon, on sale down from $200. Absolutely amazing impact driver. So of course, here's the new 18-volt bolt. Of course, it's going to be a triple hammer, got all the speed settings. Now, if you're wondering, hey, should you get this or should you get a 36-volt? Before I get into that, though, I want to clarify one thing. I tested out the previous generation of these two about a year ago. And I will say I was right and I was wrong about something. I was not a big fan of the triple hammer in that generation, as well as I said the 18-volt version was significantly underpowered. While that's true, the only reason that was true is because the batteries are not that great. The older generation batteries, which look like this, they don't really give the tools enough power to do their job. Not saying that the batteries aren't, great, but they're definitely not enough power. When you compare them to the multi-volt batteries on the 18-volt tools, the power difference is significant. So when you put a multi-volt battery on an 18-volt tool, you do gain quite a bit more power just because the battery has a lot more power draw capability to it. So that said, of course, when you go to the 36-volt version, your pros and cons here are only going to be about 50 more inch-pounds of torque. It's not a lot. It's really not enough that I was trying to do some testing here to kind of show the difference in that, and they are so close together, there's really no difference at all that I could find. Now, there's one big advantage that I would say the 18-volt version would definitely beat the 36-volt version in definitely 2 different ways. First one is going to be price. The price of this in a kit with 2 batteries and a charger is almost the same as buying this one tool only. And you're thinking, hey, it's the Hikoki version. Well, you can't buy the Metabo HPT version here in the States tool only. You can only buy it from Japan or, of course, buy it from somewhere else for about $130 or $30 shipped right now. Now I will say it's the exact same tool, just with a different brand name on the side. Other than that, there is no difference. Of course, you can get in some different color shells, which is pretty cool. But other than that, it's the exact same tool as the USA version. So no difference there. Even made in the same spot. It's all made in China. It's not made in Japan. So that is also important to note there. I will say the big advantage, though, the second one, other than price, is that you can use 18-volt batteries on the 18-volt tool. You cannot use these batteries on the 36-volt tool. So looking at this is the smallest battery you can use on this tool, which if you think that's great, that's cool, but I definitely like using the 18-volt batteries that are a lot smaller and a lot lighter, has a tool with a lot more balance and a lot more, lighter weight than the 36-volt tool. And the power difference is about the same, which is interesting there. There's not a massive difference in power between these two at all. Alright, so when we add the 36-volt multi-volt battery that also works on 18-volt tools to the 18-volt tools, the performance is significantly better on the 18-volt tools. That said, is it worth still going to the 36-volt impacts? Not really, honestly. If you ask me which of these three impacts would I take, I'd say probably just the 18-volt bolt, as it's just a great tool. It's going to be cheaper. It comes with all the more compact batteries, and actually works with more compact batteries as well too. So it can be more powerful with a more powerful battery, while at the same time being lighter and more compact with a smaller battery. So that's actually a pretty interesting thing to note, that, hey, yeah, you could go to the more powerful impacts. Do you need it? Not really. I definitely don't think it's worth it at all. However, if you're looking for a cheaper option that's also pretty compact, but the biggest difference I would say is not necessarily power. I didn't really notice a huge difference in power between these three, but I will say the smoothness of the triple hammer is far more noticeable on the new Bolt series compared to the older generation. It's definitely a significant increase of just how smooth it is, how much easier it is to drive in screws. Other than that, I would say it's still a great tool for the price, because when you buy it in that kit deal, it's only about $75 to impact, of course, with a lifetime warranty. The one thing I would definitely say to stop using is the older Metabo HPT batteries. There's actually somewhat of a decent increase in power going to the newer 2.0s than these older 2.0s. There's definitely something not right with these batteries. They just don't have as much power as the newer batteries, and the tools definitely perform better on the newer batteries. So when it comes to all these Metabo HPT impact drivers, I gotta give it to the 18-volt Bolt as definitely the best one here. It's gonna save you a little bit of money. You can also use it in more compact mode, as well as having a bit more higher power mode with the battery that you choose. Whereas the 36-volt tools, you pretty much can only use the larger batteries. You can go this battery or the larger 8-amp-hour battery, and that's it. Whereas with these, you can have the 2.0 batteries, you can have the 5.0 batteries, the multi-volt batteries. You can pretty much use any battery you want on that tool. So guys, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching. Take care, have a great day, and stay safe out there.